So there's then you know, at the end of the day, there's no difference between the Congress and the BJP.
I'm not talking of differences. I'm talking about my country. I'm not talking about politics. I'm talking about the future of my country.
And how do you propose to go ahead and you know, whatever you want for the country? I must also remind you that some in your party have, or your erstwhile party had come out and said that आपने कभी election नहीं जीती, आपको क्या पता, आप जो इतने objections कांग्रेस में खड़े कर रहे हो.
मैंने नहीं election जीती.
कांग्रेस वाले कहते थे आप तो डिस्ट्रिक्ट का चुनाव, आप लोकसभा जीत चुके हो वैसे.
अरे 2 बार जीत चुका.
2 बार.
हाँ तो फिर.
हाँ पर ये क्रिटिसिज्म आपकी erstwhile पार्टी ने किया.
तो ठीक बात है ना, क्रिटिसिज्म तो हक है ना, ये आपका भी हक है.
पर आप क्या फिलोसोफर हो गए हो, संत हो गए हो?
नहीं,
कि आपको हर्ट नहीं करता?
नो बिल्कुल संत नहीं.
आप सब चीजों से ऊपर.
मैं बिल्कुल भी संत नहीं हूँ. आई एम अ हार्ट. I am in politics. I understand politics. I am not the quintessential politician.
That's a good line.
Yeah.
And if in one line, let's do a rapid fire. If in one line I want to ask you, your impression of the Congress today?
I think it's doing well, much better than before.
Just because they won 2 elections?
No. It's that I think people are also realizing that that's the only alternative in the future.
What about, let's look at...
And it has a national footprint. That's the other thing.
And politicians, what do you think of Rahul Gandhi?
Fine. He's fine. He's okay.
He's okay?
He's okay. He's
then
fine.
why are you not in the Congress today?
I'm not in the Congress much before, for a long time now. Almost a year.
A year is not a long time.
It's a long time. For me, it's a long time not to be any political party.
What do you think of him?
I mean,
do you think
see, look, Navika, let's not enter into a debate about individual personalities. Okay, I don't think it's.
That's what politics is all about.
No, it's no. Have you ever
does Mamata Banerjee have the leadership quality?
Have you ever heard me say anything about any politician, including the Prime Minister, about his personal qualities? I may be against his policies, but I have never commented on his personal quality.
But I'm asking.
And I know a lot about a lot of politicians. But that's not right.
But whether somebody is capable.
Well, he is obviously. The Congress party thinks he is capable. Who am I to say that he is not?
Congress party.
इतनी भी rapid question मत पूछो, इसमें जवाब आपको नहीं मिलने वाला.
Mamata Banerjee.
Mamata Banerjee is fine. She's a great leader in her state.
Possible prime ministerial candidate?
I don't know. How am I to say?
Who's going to be the prime ministerial?
It doesn't really matter.
Kumar?
It doesn't really matter. As long as my country moves forward, I don't care.
You may not care, but the country needs to know.
Country doesn't need to know. In 2004, which country knew that Manmohan Singh would be prime minister? Or that which country knew? Who knew in the country? What are you saying? And they governed for...
So we'll hurtle along and...
Why hurtle along? The best years in terms of economic growth happened during those 10 years. Why hurtle along?
Well, and India has been added to India. We've grown from a 2 trillion economy to almost...
It's bound to grow because you're 1.4 billion people now. Every new individual who becomes an adult has earned something. So let's see.
So the growth that happened in the Manmohan Singh years is because of Dr. Manmohan Singh and the Congress party.
Because of
but
the
growth that happens now is not because...
you're talking about GDP and you are talking about GDP, I'm talking about growth. They are two separate things. I talked about growth. You talked about GDP. It's two different things. GDP doesn't represent growth. It's the gross domestic product. Growth is, it grew at 7.9% or grew at 8%. This government has never crossed any of those.
In the worst times, our growth rates have been...
You're not for the government. What do you mean R?
R as in India. Aren't we all Indians?
Okay.
That's what we began.
I thought you were talking about BJP.
No. Our growth rate is our country's growth rate.
So
the BJP doesn't have a separate growth rate from the Congress party.
I'm just saying when you said R, you were talking about Congress and BJP.
You're trying to make me trip.
No.
I'm not going to.
No.
आपका जितना experience politics में है, मेरा यहाँ है, तो मैं इतनी जल्दी trip नहीं.
First of all, we're talking about growth rate. And the growth rate during UPA years, as anybody would tell you, was much higher than the 9 years of BJP government, of the NDA.
COVID Pandemic पहले नहीं हुआ था, अब हुआ है.
Maybe there was a whole meltdown. There was a whole global meltdown at that time, as you know. We passed through that.
So you still think the performance of the Congress government has been
economic performance any day, any day.
And on scams, we've heard.
I don't know which scam are you talking about.
नहीं, वो तो zero.
नहीं, आप बताओ ना, what is the scam? Which scam? Which government? Take for example 2G. You talked about court verdicts. What was the court verdict?
The court verdict will be based on the evidence presented.
And who presented the evidence?
A lot of it during your time.
Not true. Most of it during your time.
Your time.
Your time. Since you took my time, that went to your time.